Okay, we're now going to look at 12E and 12F today. So 12E is what we're going to look at first, and that is measuring the spread of data. So measuring the center of data, that was our mean, median, and mode. But now when we talk spread of data, that's going to be your range and your interquartile range. And eventually we will talk standard deviation. Those are your spreads of data. So our range, very simple. You guys know it's the difference between your max and your min value. Not necessarily reliable because it's only using two sets of your data. So, not something that I would use to um, describe much of the data. Your next one is your interquartile range, which is your IQR, and it is the range between the middle half of your data. So, if you recall doing box and whisker plots, you need to find your lower quartile, which is known as your Q1, and your upper quartile, which is known as your Q3. And it is essentially the median of the lower half of the data and the median of the upper half of the data. And to find your IQR, you're going to take that Q3 and subtract your Q1. And that is how you're going to find your range. So let's just walk through a problem by hand. Um, and I will, in class, the next time I see you, show you how to get these values on your graphing calculator. So, first off, by hand, we have to order them from least to greatest in order for us to find the median. So, we have a 1, we have three threes, and then we have a 5, a 6, a 7, a 7, a 7, an 8, an 8, and a 9. And there are a total of 16 numbers here. And so to find the median, or excuse me, there are 15. There's 15 numbers. So if you remember, it is n plus 1 over 2 is going to be the easiest way to get to it. So 16 over 2 means my eighth term is going to be my median. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is my median, which also is known as your Q2. Another way that you can see it. So it is 6. We don't include the median, but notice there's 7 numbers on each side, so that is the middle. So now we look at these 7, and we find this right here is going to be the middle of those 7, and that's going to be your Q1. And then, hold on a second. Did I miss? Oh, there's 2 nines. That's my fault. Sorry. The middle of this one is 8, which is our Q3. So my lower quartile is going to be 3. My upper quartile, what did I just circle, is 8. And then my inner quartile range is going to be our Q3 minus Q1. And so we have 8 minus, what was our lower? 3. And we get an IQR of 5. So that is how you find your measures of spread by hand.